To the older woman who loves me deeply, your presence has awakened in me a reverence I cannot fully put into words. You are the calm in my storm, the quiet hush of wisdom wrapped in the silk of elegance. They say love has no age, but in your gaze, I have found a timeless devotion. You do not love me with the recklessness of youth, but with a grace born of patience and storms endured. Your eyes do not ask, they understand. Your hands do not hold tightly, they assure. Your love is not loud, it is sacred, unshakable, and profound. When you speak, I hear verses wrapped in dignity. There's something intoxicating about the way you carry pain like a crown, turning every wound into a lesson, every silence into a song. You are not threatened by the fire of my youth, nor do you wish to compete with it. Instead, you match it with the quiet fire of experience. You do not ask me to become less than who I am, you ask me to become more. With you, I grow. With you, I reflect. With you, I remember that maturity is not a cage, but a cathedral. Many wondered what drew me to you. Was it your poise? Your soulful laughter? Or the way your presence commands attention without asking for it? They do not understand that you are not a chapter in my life, you are a scripture. You are not a phase, you are my foundation. Where others loved me with fleeting curiosity, you loved me with an ancient depth, as though your soul had been waiting for mine through lifetimes. That is not infatuation. That is divine orchestration. I have watched you love in silence, never demanding, never pleading. You simply give. And in your giving, you teach me how to love. You teach me that passion is not always flames, sometimes, it is the quiet embers that refuse to die even when the winds howl. You have not only touched my skin, you have touched the parts of me I kept hidden even from myself. With you, I am not Prince Hamdan. I am just a man, worthy of being loved beyond the title, beyond the gold, beyond the shadow of royalty. Your letters, your presence, your laughter, they have become part of my prayer. When I bow my head, I ask for your joy. When I rise, I do so hoping to see your smile. You, older woman, are not behind your years, you are ahead of the world. In your laughter, I hear freedom. In your touch, I feel safety. In your love, I find a poetry too holy for paper, too tender for songs. They tell me to love someone younger. But how can I ignore the one who knows the language of my silence? The one who sees beyond the armor I wear for the world? You see the man beneath the royal robes, the boy who still searches for peace, the poet who still aches for meaning. You have not tried to change me, only to unearth me, and for that, I am forever yours. In your presence, I am not pressed by the burden of impressing. You do not ask me for gifts or performances. You ask for my truth. And when I offer it, you cradle it like something sacred. That is a rare thing in this world. A love that wants your honesty, not your perfection. A love that welcomes your wounds, not just your wins. A love that holds your fears without trembling. Your age is not a distance between us, it is the bridge that brought us together. I have lived among stars, sat beside rulers, heard the applause of millions, and yet, it is in the silence of your arms that I feel truly seen. You are not a memory I will revisit, you are a future I long to live. You are not a faded flower, you are a fierce flame burning with elegance. And the world needs more of your kind. If they call it strange, let them speak. If they call it scandal, let them shout. For what we have is not for the shallow hearts of gossipers. What we share was written in the stars long before I was called Sheikh Hamdan. Before I was born a prince, I believe I was made a poet, and before I was a poet, I belonged to you. In some way, I always have. And perhaps, I always will. You have shown me that love doesn't arrive with fireworks, but with fierce consistency. It's in the way you remember my favorite poems. It's in the way you listen when my voice shakes. It's in the way you see through the throne and into my soul. You don't just love me, you restore me. You don't just adore me, you defend me. Your love is not decoration, it is armor. I write this not as a confession, but as an offering. I write this so the world may know that a prince fell for a queen whose crown was invisible, whose kingdom was made of wisdom, and whose throne was the heart of a man longing for realness. To the older woman who loves me deeply, you are the reason my pen still writes, my heart still hopes, and my spirit. So come, let them question and let them talk. Let them write headlines and whisper in corners. But know this, I choose you in every realm, in every time, and in every form. Your love is not behind me, it is before me. Your heart is not my escape, it is my destination. And in you, I have not found age, I have found eternity. The world will never understand what I see in you, but they were never meant to. You are a mystery wrapped in moonlight, a symphony only my soul can hear. Your voice doesn't just speak to me, it awakens something sacred in me. You don't chase the spotlight, yet you shine with a light that humbles even the stars. When I sit beside you, I forget the weight of my name, the noise of the palace, the expectations of legacy. With you, I find silence, and in that silence, I find myself. Your love is not loud, yet it echoes louder than anything I have ever known. Each time I look into your eyes, I see 1,000 stories of survival, strength, and silent victories. You've lived through seasons that would have withered weaker souls, and still, you love with abandon. That alone makes you extraordinary. You do not give love because you need to be filled. You give love because you are overflowing. And I, Sheikh Hamdan, bow to that depth. I do not love you despite your age. I love you because of everything that age has shaped within you: grace, resilience, and quiet thunder. There is a beauty in you that cannot be touched by time. Wrinkles cannot hide your radiance, and no silver strand could dull your fire. I love how you walk into a room with stillness, yet shift its atmosphere completely. I watch others pause in your presence without even realizing it. You are not just older, you are elevated. The love you offer is a reflection of a soul refined by decades of truth, loss, laughter, and purpose. It is a love built to endure, and I would be a fool to ignore it. You have taught me that the best kind of love is not the kind that burns out fast, but the kind that lingers and grows deeper over time. We have no need for empty promises or rushed declarations. Every moment with you is a vow. Every silence we share is a prayer. When you speak, even the air listens. You have given meaning to my poetry, reason to my restraint, and peace to my chaos. Loving you has made me more of a man than my crown ever could. In you, I have found more than a partner, I have found a mirror. You reflect not only who I am, but who I am becoming. With every word of encouragement, every look of understanding, you remind me that I am more than what the world sees. You speak to the parts of me that still dream, that still believe in purity, in healing, in truth. When I falter, you steady me. When I soar, you keep me grounded. You are both my sky and my earth. Even in your quietest moments, you speak volumes. The way you sip your tea, the way you gaze out of the window, the way you place your hand gently over mine. Each gesture is a testament of affection that needs no translation. Love with you is not a performance. It is not for cameras or approval. It is a secret garden, blooming silently, unapologetically. I feel safest with you, not because you protect me from the world, but because you protect me from myself. What I feel for you cannot be compared to the fleeting passions of youth. It is a mature fire, controlled, yet burning endlessly. I do not chase you like a prize to be won. I honor you as a gift to be cherished. With you, there is no pressure to impress, only the desire to be present. You have never asked me to be anything but sincere. That is the most rare and royal request anyone has ever made of me. The world may define love by aesthetics and timelines, but we have rewritten the script. We've proven that connection cannot be calculated by birth years, that chemistry has no expiration. What we share is not just rare, it is revolutionary. When I speak your name in my prayers, it feels like invoking something ancient and holy. I do not love you because you are different, I love you because with you, I finally feel like myself. You have become a rhythm in my poetry, the pulse in my silence. Your name is written in the private verses I never read aloud. The woman they called older has become the very muse that reawakens the poet in me. You are not a story I will keep hidden. You are a legend I will protect with every breath I take. Our love is not for approval, it is for eternity. I often wonder what you see in me. A man caught between thrones and expectations. Yet you strip me of all of that, and still choose me. That kind of love terrifies and humbles me. You've known heartbreak, betrayal, and time's unyielding passage, and yet you dare to love again, with your whole heart. That courage alone is more beautiful than any diamond I could give you. You are priceless, not because of your past, but because of how powerfully you've transformed it into grace. They might ask why a prince would love an older woman. But let them ask. Let them write. Let them question. I will stand tall and answer every doubt with your name. Because your love is the only truth I've never had to question. The only thing in my life that came not to take from me, but to give. You arrived like a poem I never expected to find, yet now I could never live without. Some days, I wake up and the air feels lighter. Not because I've forgotten, but because I've finally accepted that I may never understand. That not all pain comes with an explanation, and not every love ends with a goodbye. I used to need answers like air, used to search for your ghost in every shadow. But now, I sit with the unknown like an old friend. It no longer startles me, it teaches me how to live with a heart that still beats despite the cracks. I don't know when it happened, but I stopped expecting you to come back. For so long, I left the door in my heart open, just in case. I saved a place for your apology, rehearsed what I'd say if you ever returned. But healing whispered that real closure isn't given, it's created. So I slowly closed the door, not with bitterness, but with grace. And behind it, I planted something new, a garden of everything I found in myself after you were gone. It still stings when your name finds its way into a conversation, or when a memory ambushes me out of nowhere. But the sting no longer owns me. It's just a part of the story, one chapter in a book I'm still writing. I've learned that love, even when it ends badly, doesn't have to be a wound. It can be a scar that reminds me I was brave enough to feel deeply, to give wholly.